Hi folks, let me welcome you all to this second learning session about why success elude me. In the first session, we understood the importance of intensity as well the identity factor. In this video, folks, we will get into the second factor, which is called the initiative. Folks, let me ask you, are you a push type or a pull type? No, don't jump to answer, because first you need to understand what is this push and pull. When I say push, it is a person who requires an external factor to trigger it. You understand? So when I use the word push, or when I refer someone to push, is a person who looks forward or who requires an external factor to trigger him into action. Whereas the pull type has got all the ingredients which will make himself to trigger into action. So if I want to give this in a simple comparison, let me tell you this, two extreme things. So look at this, there's a banana trunk as you see here, and you also see camphor next to this. Folks, if you just take a matchstick to the camphor, it burns immediately. It catches fire immediately. But whereas when you take the same lighted matchstick to this banana trunk, you will find very difficult for it to catch fire. The difference is nothing. Camphor has got all the ingredients to catch fire just like that, which means it is self-made. It pulls the fire towards him and catches. Whereas the banana trunk do not have those ingredients to, catch that fire. Maybe I need to pour some kerosene on that, maybe do something, literally push it if I want. Even then, I'm not sure whether it will burn completely. So that is a push category. So now folks, you might have got a simple understanding what is this push and pull. So now you ask yourself, are you the push category or the pull category? The pull categories are the people who are initiators. They initiate things. They don't want someone to push them. Whereas the push categories are not the initiators. They need an external factor to push them. Go, do it, come on. On the other word, if I want to put it, I don't know how many of you people are going to digest this. The push category of people only requires motivation. We all think that motivation is very important. Get motivated. So we need to motivate that person. So does your company motivate your employees? Sir, I have this program which will motivate your team members. If they undergo this program, they will get motivated. Friends, this is equal to trying to burn the banana stem. Motivation is an external factor. When I am looking for an external factor for me to push me to do things, and that is what called motivation. Why should I motivate someone, or why should I expect a motivation from others? So because I am not an initiator, I want someone to push me. And today the very nice word used is motivation. Folks, it's very, very important that we need to recognize the external supports that we get to achieve whatever we want. And that need to be recognized, that need to be appreciated. But depending only on that external factors is what is danger, is what I want to say here. So folks, we are going to discuss about this. I'm going to put forward 10 points to differentiate between push and pull. People who are in the push category and in the pull category. Now with these 10 points, analyze yourself and try to understand where you are. Some people will have some push factors and some pull factors. Some are primarily into push factors and some are primarily into pull factors. And I'm now going to list you 10 points. What is push and what is pull, where we can understand. So point number 1, as I told you, a push category people always looks for motivation. They want someone to motivate them. They want someone to keep on pushing them. Once the force of the push dies down, they stop. Then they wait for the next push. But whereas the pull category is a self-motivated person. A self-motivated person, he is not looking for the motivation from an external factor. He don't want anyone to motivate. He is already a self-motivated. I gave you the camphor which has got all the ingredients to get ignited. So that's point number 1, where you find these two differences here. Point number 2, the push category always looks for attention, seeks attention. Hey, look at me, I am here. Don't forget me, I am here. Look at me, tell me something. He always seeks attention. If you don't pay attention, he gets demotivated. He feels that he is ignored, neglected, avoided. Maybe he gets into that inferiority complex that I am an useless person. But whereas a pull category guy pays attention, he doesn't seek attention, he pays attention. Whatever is happening in front of him, he automatically pays attention to that. When the manager says something in a meeting, he pays attention whether the manager looks at him, points at him, refers him. It doesn't matter to him. My manager is saying something, it's my responsibility to pay attention to him. I'm not a kid where I deliberately seek attention from my parents. I'm not a psycho character where if don't pay attention I'll become disturbed, arrogant. I am what I am. I need to pay attention here and I will pay attention. That's what is pull, and that's point number 2, folks. Now the point number 3, because the push category people seek attention, they always look for sympathy. Oh God, is that happened to you? Did not your manager talk to you? Did not your teacher attend to you? Did not someone else looked at you, heard you? He wants that sympathy. When something goes wrong, he wants people to come and pay that sympathy to him. Approach him sympathetically because he is seeking attention. Whereas the pull category person is always into empathy. Because he pays attention. Why does he pay attention? He is in the empathy category. He pays attention for 2 reasons. 1, I need to learn, which the point will come down. I've sequenced it in such a way, these 10 points, one is connected with the other. You go by this step, you will see the whole picture very clearly. So, the pull category guy pays attention because he wants to learn. Not only that, There is a person standing in front of me and saying something or doing something for me. So it is my responsibility to pay attention to him. If I don't do that, he will be hurt. See, one is, let us keep it very clear, he wants to learn. The second is the empathy factor. If I am in his position, saying something to my subordinate or my colleague, and if that person doesn't pay attention, how will I feel? I feel bad. So can my manager feel bad? No, I will pay attention. So that is empathy. That is empathy. And that is pull category people. Now the fourth point, folks, for the push category people, they want to be taught anything. You see this category of people in your workplace. Why you didn't do that? No, my manager didn't train me on this. Why you didn't ask? No, my manager has to come and teach me. No, my manager has to tell me. No, he didn't tell me. He didn't teach me. My manager didn't put me in the training program. So how could I do it? So they want to be taught, whereas the pull category learns from his experience. This is point number 4, folks. The pull category people learn themselves from their experience. For them, every experience they come across is a learning opportunity. They don't wait for anything. If they want something, they will go to the manager. Sir, I feel I am deficient on this. I hope you would have also observed. So will you please arrange for a training program for me? Sir, I am not sure how to do this. So will you please guide me on doing this? So they learn from their experiences, or else they take that initiative to go and ask their manager to be taught. So the push category, they wait to be taught, whereas the pull category, they learn from their experience. Apart from that, they initiate learning. Because of this point, now look at what is happening in point number 5. Because the push category people always wait to be taught, they always give excuses for why they have not done anything, or why they have not done something, or whatever the task given to them. So they give excuses. No, because I was not told to do this. I have no knowledge about it, so I didn't do that. So they look for excuses. Whereas the pull category guy looks for reason. See, folks, there is a difference between excuse and a reason. Excuse is how to get away from it. A reason is find out how it went wrong, correct it, and get it done. Which means, reason means you're further getting into it. Excuse is you want to get away from it. So the pull category people always look for reasons. Why it didn't happen? Where is the mistake? What is it I did wrong? So how can I correct this? What reasons are there for this failure, or things didn't happen the way I want? So when you look for reasons, you will definitely find out the reasons why it didn't go the way you want. And when you correct them, it happens the way you want. And because of this point number 5, when we get into the point number 6, the push category people are always blamers. They blame others for whatever they could not able to do. They blame others. My manager didn't nominate me for this training program. My manager doesn't find time to spend with me. My manager is not teaching me, etc., etc. They keep on blaming. They are blamers. If something goes wrong, they blame. Or the customer didn't ask me, sir, so I didn't tell him. So why the customer didn't show interest? Sir, the customer never asked me anything about this point. So I didn't tell him. So he blames the customer. He blames everyone. But whereas the pull category people, listen folks, they are claimers. They claim. I think probably it is my mistake. I should have asked my manager to nominate me for a training program. I should have asked my manager for clarification. I should have put forward this point to my customer. I didn't do that. Thereby, it didn't happen because I didn't take that initiative. So they claim. The claimers of people always pointing their fingers like this towards themselves, whereas the blamers, the push category, points the fingers towards others. Folks, are you getting the point? Yeah. Now, continuing from blaming and claiming, the point number 7, the blamers always feel insecure. The blamers always feel insecure because they always think the external factors are not supporting them. I don't know whether my manager will take care of me. I don't know if I'm going to ask my colleague whether he's going to help me. So this insecurity leads to suspicion. He doesn't trust anyone because he feels insecure. Why insecure? That's what push is all about. Whereas if you look into pull, it's highly secure, undisturbed. Why he is not insecure? He is not depending on the external factors. He is an initiator. He finds the reasons for things not working. And so he feels secure because he knows what to do, how to do and why to do and when to do. And the push category people, since they are too much dependent on others, they themselves doesn't know what to do, why to do, when to do, how to do. They want all these things from the external factor. So they are highly insecure, whereas the pull category people are highly secure. Now folks, the 8th point. Have you seen in any meeting, you might have observed, many of you would have observed, and I'm sure many of you listening to this program will also be in that category. I as a trainer have observed this all the time when I do a training session. Have you seen any training program or any meeting, the people who keep entering into the hall, they start occupying the back seats? How many of them come straight to the vacant first seat, or the first front table? Hardly. These are the pushers because they feel insecure. They don't want to put themselves into the front. They feel insecure. How do I identify a push category person and a pull category person? A very simple litmus test is this. In any meeting, you see these guys who take the back rows. Very simple. They are the push category. You have to call them, hey, come to the front. No, sir, I'll be here. Come on here, you have to come here. No, it's very important. Come, get up. You go there, touch their shoulder, come. Then they'll lazily move and sit in the front. I mean, it's always good not to push them to the front because they become a total nuisance sitting there, which I never do in my training programs. Those who want to sit on the back, please sit there. I know why you are choosing the back bench. So it's better. That's a safe place for me. I don't know whether it's for you. That's a safe place for me, as long as you're there. But look at the pull category people. They always choose the front seat. They walk into the room, straight away they go to the front seat. They look for the vacant front seat. And most of the time it is vacant. Let me share this. Suppose, in my training programs, suppose there are, say the nomination is 25. I ask the hotel guy to arrange only 20 chairs. Because there are going to be few dropouts. So these people, as they keep coming in, they'll be sitting on the back. Then the smart guys, the smart guys, I know you're all smiling. I know that. The smart guys, as they enter into the hall, when they see the back, tables are full, the chairs are full, they will go and try to pull, vacant chair from the one before the back row and move to the back row. Then I say, hey, don't disturb the arrangement. It's very important. Keep the arrangement like that. So he will look very sheepishly and say, come on. Now what to do? What to do? He'll be looking at his colleagues who safely occupied themselves in the back seat. And the worst thing to happen, when all 19 seats are full, the only seat now left, the 20th seat is in the very front row. And the last guy who comes, he wants a back bench, and he looks, and there will be some few chairs at the corner, along the wall of the training hall. He will try there and try to pull a chair. I said, no, there is only one seat here, sir. I will sit here. No, there is only one seat. Tomorrow you come early and you take the back seat. And now you have to look at the face of this guy. Okay, pathetic. I enjoy that. Okay, now this guy sits in the front row and looks for the tea break, and suddenly he moves on to the back row, push someone with his influence to the front seat. Well, these are the pushers because they feel insecure. They are not the initiators. But when I ask the team, how many of you want to be successful? You will see this guy's hand rising first. Sir, I want. How come you be successful, my dear friend? When you are not an initiator, when you are feeling insecure. But look at the pull guys. They come straight and occupy the front row because they feel secure. They want to pay attention. So they come to the front row. So this is another big difference. So because of the above said 8 points, for the push category people or the pushers, their intensity is very, very low. How much force I can give to a person? A limited one. So their intensity is going to be low, whereas the pullers or the pull category of people, their intensity is always high. Because he is an initiator, his intensity is always high. He wants to achieve, he wants to be successful. He knows that I will not wait for someone to come and push me. I need to push myself. If I don't do that, I'll be in the back. Others will be moving forward. He's an intelligent guy, yeah. The pull category guys are definitely intelligent guys. They know, they're smart people. So their intensity level will be very high. Now, right from 1, 2, 3, 4 till 9, if you look into both for the pushers and pullers, the final point, the 10th point which I want to say is that the pushers are always reactive. They react to every situations. Whereas the pull category people, they respond to situations. They respond. If things doesn't happen the way he wants, I'm talking about the pull guy. As I told you, he looks for reasons. People who look for reasons are the people who are going to always respond because they are not jumping into conclusion, nor they want to run away from it. When you jump into conclusion, you rush up, which is called a fight category. When you want to run away from it, it's called a flight category. These two categories of human behaviors, fight and flight. Whereas a push category people, they are looking for excuses. So what they do, they react. They want to jump into conclusion. If we give excuse, run away. The pull category guy, he looks for reasons. He's an initiator. He thinks. He looks into the reasons. Why did it happen like this? And when he understands the reason for things going that way, now he responds. In responding, there is calmness. There is a steadiness. There is no hastiness. Whereas in reaction, it is hastiness that you see more. He is not calm, he is disturbed. And why? Because they also seek attention. They want attention that. If they don't get, then they react. So summing up, folks, by now you know what is an initiative. So guys, for many of us, the second point that is responsible for the success eluding is we are not the initiators. If you are an initiator, folks, your intensity level is going to be high. You are a self guy, self-made up guy, a self-motivated guy, self-charged guy. And this initiativeness will definitely always keep your intensity level at high. And an initiator, I want to give one big example and then close this session. That is, an initiator is like the sun. Sun generates light from within itself. And it gives light. It never dies. It never dies. For the earth, there is day and night because it gets light from the sun. But for the sun, there is no day and night because the light is coming from within itself. It produces its own light. So there is no day and night. There is no up and down. Whereas for the earth, it is day. So for the self-initiator, for the initiator, there is, we may look it as an up and down, but for him, it is not an up and down. It's like a fool in the dark who says that, or in the night who says the sun is gone. So folks, with this, let me conclude the second point, the initiativeness or the initiative, which is the second important point which ensures your success. And this point is missing, and that's why the success elude me. Thank you guys for watching my video. Until we see in the next session, where we'll discuss some more upon the third factor, that is importance. Bye bye to all of you. Namaskar.